Hey, what's up, everybody? It's unscripted, it's unrehearsed, and it's 5 minutes. You're not likely to get back. It's tea time. I've received a few messages and emails concerning my thoughts and my opinions on the Chris Benoit situation. And for those of you that are unfamiliar with it, Chris Benoit was a professional wrestler, very talented wrestler. But as do these wrestlers, they don't have a lot of time while they're on the road to work out, going stop to stop, show to show. So a lot of them go to enhancement drugs, steroids, anabolic steroids, and the like, to keep their bulk up and to keep their size up. Now, I know that wrestling is predetermined ending. It's not fake, mind you. I don't believe it's fake. The endings are predetermined. Yes, of course they are, and it's all scripted. Yeah, but at the same time, it's hard. It's our job. I know I wouldn't want to do it. Of course, I lack about 80 pounds to be able to do that, but nonetheless, my thoughts on Chris Benoit. As a wrestler, he was outstanding. A hard worker, pure talent throughout. Awesome. As a father, well, after a number of the pay-per-views, he would have his sons there in the ring with him. Of course, he had another child, I believe, or maybe even two from a previous marriage. But his young 7-year-old, which he murdered, he would have in the ring with him. Came off as a very, very talented father, family-oriented individual. Do I have respect for Chris Benoit? As a wrestler and an entertainer, he was outstanding, top-notch. One of the true all-stars, the superstars of wrestling. But as a human, you got to ask yourself. He takes these hormones, he takes the steroids, and we've all heard of roid rage. It's been documented that some of these people on these drugs do reach moments of infuriating anger. But some of us, like myself, I get that way without the benefit of drugs. I'm just that kind of guy. But I do not, would not, could not ever hit a woman or a child. I could not murder my wife or son. Well, if I had a wife right now, but I've got children that I don't even spank. I went through that as a kid. Not murdered, obviously, but I had a stepfather that loved to take aggression and anger out on yours truly. And, it gave me a whole lot of issues to have to work with and deal with, and God willing, so far I'm okay. But the thing is, I don't respect him as a man, because if you've been following Tea Times, and you can go to the YouTube/Detroit Sun, and you can check on my archives of the Tea Times that I've had. I do not care for violence against children or women. I think it's sackless, it's backless, it's ballless, and it's inexcusable. Now, if he was on these drugs, well, then sometimes we do things on drugs that we would not normally do as human beings. I do not think that Chris Benoit would normally, knowingly, openly, wantingly kill his son and his wife. But the thing is, there was a day period between the time his wife expired and then the time it was actually, let's just call it what it is. By the time his wife was murdered, then his son was murdered a day later. So if it's roid rage, why is it taking that long? I've been in a bad mood. I've been pissed off. Never for that long of amount of time. So it's inexcusable. If something would have happened and he murdered his wife, then he should have right then and there gotten help before he went and murdered his son. Chris Benoit, the wrestler, I loved watching him wrestle. A tactician, class, hard-working, one badass. I wouldn't want to mess with him. But as a human being, and as a father, and as a husband, he was a piece of shit. Maybe I'll have a few that won't agree with me. Maybe they'll say, well, he wasn't if it wasn't for the drugs. Well, then true, but that 24-hour period between the time he murdered his wife and then he murdered his son, texting people, telling them where the bodies could be found and where his attack dogs were on the property, that doesn't make sense. It's premeditated to me. I don't know. I'm not an attorney. I don't play one on TV. God knows I've needed a few. So in general and in short, Chris Benoit, a wrestler, professional, bar none, top notch, talented personified. But as a human being, he lacked a few cards and a few McNuggets short of the old Happy Meal. I can't condone anything that's going to result in the death of a child, a 7-year-old, which, by the way, reports that he was injecting his son with human growth hormone because he wasn't big enough for him. 7 years old, for God's sake. How do you justify that? You can't. There's no feasible explanation for it. So don't try to paint it pretty. It is what it is. He's a murderer. He killed himself. He took the wussy way out. You know the way I feel about that. And I'm sorry if I offend anybody. But Chris Benoit, he got what he deserved. The bad thing is, his son and his wife had to pay the ultimate price as well. So in closing, I'd like to send my shouts outs. And for those of you that are new to my tea times, that's what I usually do. I rant about something that I think or feel, and then I say bye-bye to my friends. So to my daughter, Cass, I love you. Big shout-outs to my girls, Michelle and Sandy, and, of course, Dave and all the angels. My sister, Kathleen, recently new to the MySpace, and I love her, and I'm glad that I can have her on my MySpace. And, of course, my beautiful Kathy. My niece, Danielle, and, of course, D-Block, Deanna, Chris. Can't forget cousin Deb, or Michelle, domestic goddess Kim, out there on the East Coast. The Detroit Princess. My girl Jen, Ashley, Gwenny, Carmi, my girl JoJo, and of course with JoJo comes the band High Water. Please check out High Water's MySpace. Awesome band, awesome talent. The Ice Queen, beautiful young lady on my friends list. Of course, Kim. Big Bill down in Texas, my brother Big Bill, what's up? Much respect. Sasha, my nephew Mike, my niece Brittany, my chocolate honey bunny Serena, Big Breezy and Breezy's Tats, check him out, Blues and Tattoos. My girl Deanna, Andrea, a.k.a. Andy, my hottie. Lisa, the psycho mom. My girl Suzette. Tiffany, of course, as always. My daughter's very right on and very awesome boyfriend, Nick. Nicholas, what's up? Cracker from the Clem, who's down in Brayton, Florida. Big shouts to you. Hope everything's going mellow down there in the sun. My boy Blue Car Tom, Killer K. You got to check this guy out. Awesome CDs. He made a DVD of a Joe Kane show. Awesome. J.O., that's Josh to me, but J.O. to you. My girl Angie, and of course JoJo's mom. My girl Scooby's girl, and my cousin Marcus. And what's this Marcus stuff, man? It's Mark, or Marky as I knew him. Of course, my stepson Mike. My girl the Brat. All my friends, if I missed you, please send me a shout. Or of course Andy. Don't forget Brian over there in the land of sand. Brian, hang in there, brother. Also want to send shouts out to Jerry and all of our troops over there kicking ass. And again, on my MySpace, there's Debbie. And if there's anything that you can do, or you want any information on how to help out and send some support to our troops, whether it be monetary or just a word, get a hold of Debbie, and she can definitely hook you up with the right facilities and the things to do that with. So it's 5 minutes. You're not getting back, probably a little bit more, but God bless. Take care and enjoy yourselves. Have a safe summer. Send me a shout out sometime. I'm always here just a click away. 5 minutes, you ain't getting back. And that's what they call tea time.